Hi everyone, today is day 7 of 150 days DSA. Today I learned about parameterized version and functional way of solving recursion problems. Both are different approaches. Previously, when I did not knew about these approaches, I would get confused a lot, like when I have to use parameters, when do I need to define a function, and sometimes I would use both the things in a single program, and I would wonder why am I not getting the output, why am I not understanding the logic. So the main thing is understand the logic behind every method. It's better if you learn the patterns and then try to solve the problems. Without knowing the pattern, if we try to solve the problems, we are going to get confused. So today I learned about two methods, that is parameterized method and functional method. Functional method in recursion. In parameterized method, we are going to give input as parameters. We are going to give the parameters, for example I comma n, whereas in functional methods we are going to break the problems into smaller ones. In parameterized method, we will get the solution in top down way, whereas in functional it is bottom up, because every function will return back and then the value will be returned to us. If we take example, let us consider the example of printing sum. So let us first define the main function. In the main function, we are going to first take the input from the user, that is integer n, and then we are going to call the function, print function, that is, let it be 4, 0. Now let us define the print function. Void print, it will be I comma sum, right? Next, after entering here, we have to define the base condition, like when the function should stop. Now when the I value is less than 1, in that case what we have to do, we have to return sum. Else what we have to print, we have to call the function again, but the parameters will be updated. That is, here the parameter I will be reduced, that is I minus 1, and will get the sum value as sum plus I. Let's trace this function first. For example, it is 4, 0, so this thing will be executed here. So here it becomes 4, 0. As this condition is false, so this thing will be executed. So here it is I minus 1, so 4 minus 1 is 3, and sum is sum plus I, that means 0 plus I is 4, so 0 plus 4 is 4. Next, again 3, 4, again this function will be called again here. So this condition is false, so it will be executing this line. Here I minus 1, 3 minus 1 is 2, and sum plus I, 4 plus 3 is 7. Again 2, 7. Again it enters into the function. Here this condition is false, hence this line will be executed. 2 minus 1 is 1, sum plus I, 7 plus 2 is 9. Next, again it goes over here. Again this condition is false, so it will be printing this thing. Now I value becomes 1 minus 1 0, and 9 plus 1 is 10. Now the value of I is equals to 0, hence this condition is true and the sum will be returned. So here the sum is equals to 10. So this is the way we are going to solve by using the parameterized method. Now if we try to solve the same problem using the function call, let us see what happens. So in the function call, the main method will be simple. This is the main method. Here obviously we are going to take the input from the user and we are just going to call the function. Now let us define the function. We don't have to give any parameters over here. So the base condition will be what? If the given number by the user, if it is equals to 0, then what will be the sum? The sum will be 0, so we have to return 0. Else what we have to return? We have to return n plus again the function, that is n minus 1, because Functional method means we are reducing the bigger problem into smaller problem. Let's trace this by taking n value as 4, similar as above. So here what happens, the print function will be called over here, and obviously n is equals to 4, which is not equals to 0, so this is false. This line will be printed. Here it is n plus, that means 4 plus print function of n minus 1, that is 3. So here what happens, this function is called, so hence this line will be executed again this is false, so this thing will be executed. So here it is n plus, the value of n is 3, so 3 plus print of 3 minus 1 is 2, so 3 plus 2 print of 2. Now this function will be called again, so again we will be writing this 2 plus print of 2 minus 1 is 1. Again here it will be 1, so 1 plus, what is the function, n is not double equals to 0, this is wrong, so this line will be executed, that is print of 1 minus 1 is 0. Now as the value of n is equals to 0, the if block will be executed and we are going to return 0, so here 0 will be returned. So now this is 1 plus 0, this is 0, sorry, here we have 1 plus 0, it is 1, and 2 plus 1, this is 3, 3 plus 3, this is 6, 6 plus 4, this is 10. So final answer is 10. Now as we have seen both the methods, this is the parameterized method and this is the functional method, though these two methods function differently, but the output is same, and also they have same time complexity, that is big O of n.